We're back. All right. Okay, so everybody, this is Shawn Jones. He's friends with Ben White and a fellow anarchist, right? Because I saw that on your page.
I am. I am. I try to be.
That's cool. So what led you to that? What led you to, you know, being, I mean, anarchy? And it has such a kind of negative connotation for people because they don't understand what it means. But how did you get to that point?
Man, I guess. Let's see, what's the shortest route? I mean, from. Are you talking from? Well, I guess from libertarianism.
Mm-hmm.
I got to anarchism pretty quickly. I got to libertarianism really through Ron Paul.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's the first time that I heard the word the non-aggression principle came from
Yes.
Ron Paul.
Mhm.
It's like, well, and he had such a staunch anti-war stance
Mm-hmm.
that's what originally resonated from that aspect. When I became a father 12 years ago, that kind of set a different course of mindset as I kind of had to start thinking about something other than myself. So for
Right.
me, it's been an evolution. Um, and the more I've been very fortunate the last few years, I've been introduced to more and more people in the liberty movement that talk philosophy, that talk morals, that talk ethics,
Yeah.
and really challenged, what I now view as pragmatism. At the time, I was like an unapologetic libertarian and like thought that was as free as it could get,
Yes.
because it was the ideas I'd heard at the time. Um, and I hadn't truly had never spent a minute thinking about how a society without government would never run. So, yeah, I just kind of collected information. Um, and I'll say he a divisive character, but I will say that when I read Adam Kokesh's book Freedom, a lot of the ideas that had been swirling in my head for whatever reason, don't know whether it was the book itself, whether it was my time in life, things just started to click. And when I started to really redefine violence, it is when anarchism became the only logical outcome.
Yes.
Voluntarism becomes the only solution once you start to view violence more than what we're raised and indoctrinated with in this punitive system that we live in. You
Right.
know,
Tell me, somebody had asked about.
Well, they're saying if you could hold it a little bit closer, I can't figure out how to turn you up, and people are
Oh,
having
I
trouble.
can. I mean, it got louder as you turned it
Yeah.
up, so I think that
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. We're a
that
work.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
That's yeah. We're a work in progress here. So every week we're
my
always.
face this
That's all right. Um, okay, so somebody, not to put you on the spot or anything, but somebody asked what your thoughts are on drunk driving.
I hate this one.
I
I hate
know.
this one. I hate it's one of there's very few questions that it's really just that the cringe-worthy answer, because the right answer is if there
Mhm.
is no victim, there is no
Yeah,
crime.
it's
Exactly.
That
Yep.
logic.
is, and it's I've drank and drive myself. I retired from alcohol more than a decade ago.
Wow.
Um, but I've driven drunk. I've had friends that have killed other people drunk. I've
Hmm.
had friends that have been killed by drunk drivers. And multiple in all of these scenarios. You even know a buddy that I went to high school with that killed a couple of skiers drinking and boating. So I mean,
Yeah.
I understand how bad it is, and I've had some friends with other severe injuries from it. And it still comes down to, if you're going to be morally consistent, and you're going to lay out a truly fair system to implement universally, it still has to come down to no victim, no crime.
Mhm.
Right. I like how you said
Now,
all of that. I mean, because
Yeah,
that
that's a good job.
is, It is. It's one of those questions like,
On the hot button libertarian.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to like to hear this answer.
Right.
You know,
Maybe.
and it's one of those, it was uncomfortable for me to come to.
Yes,
You know,
I know.
It's hard not to
I
say
got
it
to
on
get
some
over my-
things. There should be a law. No.
Yeah, I know. It is that feeling like, oh, but I mean, people break the law anyway. They're
Yeah.
already doing this anyway.
There's
so.
already laws against hitting people's stuff and killing people, and
Right.
just enforce that harder.
And
Right.
it is what we have insurance for. And, you know, I think that in a private market society, insurance companies are going to, you know, have some influence over some of these things.
Hey, there you go.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that looks like, but it seems to be that the market is going to fit that need somehow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
the reality is people are going to die from drinking and driving just like they're going to do tonight.
Right now. Yeah. Yep.
You can't stop people from being irresponsible.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys are well aware prohibition doesn't work.
Right.
I've seen it.
Yeah. That's all really, that's like good stuff there. I really like how you put all that, because I kind of get flustered a little bit when I have to answer that type of question, you know, like, because I know people aren't going to want to hear it. And it does feel weird to say, let the people do their thing, you know, even if that thing we don't agree with, you know, and that's it. No victim, no crime, and you just hope that nobody gets hurt. People are being funny in the comments. Anti-prostitution laws don't stop your mom. Who's he talking to? Who's Matt talking to? There's a lot of comments going on here, so I'm sure it's not directed at you.
We all pay for it in one way or another.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you run into, how did you come about with the don'tcomply.com? How did that happen then?
A super expedited version would be, I was returning a friend who had borrowed one of my vehicles, and I was returning her to the shop where she was picking up her car. Some young girl walks up, hands me a flyer for America, Freedom to Fascism, the Russo movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a must-see for sure.
I have it on my YouTube channel.
Is it?
Well, on my personal one, yeah, I put it up there.
And you know, I've been hungry to do more, and tired of being a Facebook keyboard warrior. And I got this flyer, and I was like, "Fuck it, it's a Tuesday. I've got nothing better to do." So I went back down that night, and I go into this old movie theater down in Dallas, and there's booths set up for people against water fluoridation, Oath Keepers, 9/11 truthers, anti-vaxxers. There's just this collective of all these people that are, you know, actually trying to do stuff. And I end up going down with some of the people in the anti-fluoride movement and talking in front of city council with some others, go out to do lunch afterwards, and my network, they were already plugged in with the Don't Comply gang, and it just leaked over that way. My first opportunity to really do anything with them was probably, I think it was 3 years ago, for their Feed the Need event. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but an amazing event that they've done for 6 years now, where when Dallas had passed some bad laws that prohibited people from feeding the homeless, they started getting people together, get food together, get clothes together, get sleeping bags together. And then we go out a couple of weeks before Christmas in front of one of the shelters downtown, and we open carry. We don't comply to bad laws, and we go out there and we feed and clothe the homeless.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh my gosh.
That was my first connection with them, and you know, those guys continue to push my limits and my understandings of freedom, liberty, activism, you know, and the networks that are around them It's been an amazing experience that my network of activists has grown the last few years. That I'm just now, I've got a gang of people that I can call that I know will come take action with me.
Right.
Pretty awesome.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. So are you and Ben in the same area then? Are you guys doing stuff together?
Yeah, here. Well, and I think first one of the first big thing, obviously, I got to do with Ben was we built the guillotine a couple of weeks before we decided to roll it to the courthouse steps. So that was our first big interaction together. Obviously, we run it in the same circles. We live pretty close together. We're in the same DFW Metroplex.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
So-
When I watched the video, and I'm sorry, I forgot to have Dave
No,
make it so
I
we
forgot
could
to do it. Yeah,
stream it today.
I can fix it. I can do it on the fly. It's going to be real ugly, but
That's okay. Well, but I was like, yes, and I love that the fact that the news was there and they had to talk about jury nullification and
which is a big no-no.
right. I
People
thought
get
that
in
was
trouble for that.
That was fantastic. I mean, I love that. So how often do you guys get together and do stuff like this? I mean, as far as the don't comply, I mean, does somebody say like we should all do this on a certain day, or how does that work?
The guillotine thing honestly just kind of ran. It just bam, it was there. It was pretty awesome. And I think if memory serves, it's when we were doing Feed the Need this year, a couple of weeks before that. I think December 8th is when we did it this year. And the stuff in Paris was just starting to happen. And there was some footage going around of a guillotine that, somebody had brought into Paris somewhere. And, what's more anarchist? It's a guillotine. I mean, how awesome was that? So we kind of made the joke that we should build a guillotine. And, the next thing you know, a couple of weeks later, we're all in Patrick's driveway building a guillotine.
That's awesome.
It's quite a statement.
It is quite a statement.
It was truly fun. And, there's a fine line, but these days you really need to be a little bit shocking if you're going to get any results.
Yeah, you got attention.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, unfortunately, that's what gets people's attention these days.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it used to get a lot of attention too.
Back in the day, yeah, the guillotine.
This is true. I guess the sad statement is that it still hasn't come to that shocking value.
Yeah.
Because there's sleepwalkers.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson?
Right.
Were you not sitting in the same fucking history classes I was?
Right.
It's bizarre to me. I mean, I was public educated too, so theoretically we're working from the same set of information, but I have this completely different version of these same events.
Right.
Hey, is Kelby Casebolt a friend of yours?
He is.
Okay. Yeah. He just shared a YouTube link that probably leads to that.
Yay! Good.
Yes. Kelby has done some awesome camera work. Here lately, he's come and filmed some of our jury nullification outreach in front of the courthouse that we do. Try to get to Monday mornings.
That is amazing.
Woodworking for liberty.
Woodworking for liberty. That's right. I think that's so great. When I saw that, I watched it a few times because it just, it made me want to be right there, like really out there again and doing stuff. And it's been a while, as far as like we do a lot of things, online with the Liberty Memes community group and Liberty Memes, but to get out.
I love to see that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We're too jaded and we have 3 kids and
well, now we just drag the kids with us. That's what we do. Put the little Ron Paul hats on them.
All done Ron Paul meetings.
Yeah. We used to take our oldest to the Ron Paul meetings with us here.
Well, and if you're in the Fox News piece, the short segment, the child who's working his way up to the front there, who's up there with his GoPro, that would be my 12-year-old.
Yay!
So,
oh, yes.
That was his first YouTube video that he actually did a little editing and tried to start his own YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So he obviously, like most kids, wants to game on there.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money to be said, to be had out there. I've just told him that if he's going to have a YouTube channel, he's got to mix in something real to say with it.
Hey, there you go.
I don't know what it is, but for all your gaming videos, you've got to drop some actual thought in there.
We got to do that with
our kid. He's got a channel and he does gaming. It's like he uses our setup here, so he's got the green screen and he's got his game going on and stuff like that.
Yes. So,
hey,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, hey, if they can monetize and start, getting a feel for it, more power to them.
Definitely.
I'm just gonna make sure that every now and then he drops the truth bomb in there. I mean, there's gotta be something.
Just get that little worm in there.
Yeah.
Little Liberty worm.
Hey,
Liberty worm.
Hey, the 13-year-old hears it now from another kid who's about his age. But he's someone else. He overhears something. You never know where the seeds are being planted.
Yes. Yep. That's it. You planting those seeds, and I mean, I had no idea that I would go from libertarianism to anarchy, because I watched it happen to Dave quickly, and I was kind of like, whoa, okay, wait a second. So we would sit
how do we handle this?
Yeah, and I would sit on the couch and I'd ask him questions like, so what about this then, and what about this, and he would explain it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. We don't need any government. We don't need rulers. It's exciting. So
society polices itself.
Yeah. Yep. I saw somebody said on one of the comments on your page today, it was like people they don't understand anarchy. They think it's chaos.
Because that's what
chaos.
I remember being in grade school and like the one kid would be drawing the little anarchy A and everybody. It's such a bad connotation. Like, oh, that's violent and bad and. And it's like, it's just no rulers.
Yeah,
and it's and I'm thinking back to that kid. I'm like, his parents probably knew what's up, now he's like an outcast in school because they taught him that you don't need this garbage.
This person said it's not that there's no rules. I mean, because obviously, you don't murder people, you don't steal from people, abide by the NAP, It's
natural laws.
So natural, like a natural kind of rule over people, but not a ruler, And I thought I really liked how that was put. So,
yeah, the differentiate between rules and ruler is a very important distinction. It's a really important part of it. And, hey, I was a guy running around. Sid Vicious is awesome. Anarchy in the UK. I was.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was up when I was 15, 16. I was up for the dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Let it all burn.
Yes. I mean, now I have a more civilized way of wanting to make it all burn.
Exactly. Right.
It's a controlled burn.
It's a controlled burn, right?
But I won't get a permit for the controlled burn.
This was so great. I'm so glad that you got, that you came on, that we got connected through Ben. Thank you. I know Ben's hanging out here in the comment section here. He's super excited.
And he was very excited about this whole thing. I remember when he first started sharing it and he came into like all of our subgroups and he's like, bump this, get this out there. You guys come on, comment, share, like. He was very excited about it.
Yeah. So hopefully we can, I don't know, I'm going to get on the site, and he said he was going to talk to some people maybe around this area if anybody's around here. I mean, I think it would be a lot of fun to do that, to go out and feed the homeless people. Holy guacamole. I think
that's the stuff I love to see, where it's like where libertarianism and anarchism gets like that soft view of like we can take care of ourselves. We can take care of each other.
And your law is stupid that you want to tell me that I can't feed a homeless person. Get the hell out of here.
GTF.
Someone said in the comments that they bought I think it was Christian said it a little bit ago. He bought a homeless person's Subway, and almost got a ticket for purchasing food at a restaurant and giving it to the homeless person. Like, are you kidding me? That is ridiculous.
And that would be at the time that this started in Dallas. That was they were prohibiting you literally to give your leftovers coming out of a restaurant.
Oh gosh, what?
Just absurd.
It
well,
is.
And I know I can tell you in the city of Dallas, the major motivation has been with the economic boom that we've had, and the kind of hipster gentrification of a large area. The poor people really bring down the property values, and if you're going to try to charge somebody $2 a square foot for a one-room loft with some neon signs on it, you can't have somebody puking outside the front door or asking for money. It's bad for property values, and I know they were bulldozing Tent City in Dallas, and very actively trying to push them out of areas where the economic migration is going.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know we have a couple people in Texas, but I don't know how far away like Houston is and Austin from Dallas. Texas. I don't know the geography.
About 4.5 hours dead south of me.
Okay.
And Austin's about 2.5, 3 hours away.
Oh, that's
I forget how big Texas is, and I assume they're all just like right next to each other.
No, Texas is really big.
If I wanted to go to Padre, I think it's 600 miles is spring break time.
Okay.
But if you're drinking and driving the whole time, the amount of peeing you have to do, it takes about 16 to 18 hours.
Oh my god!
With a few possible road naps.
Yeah. Oh boy, road naps.
And just saying, 12 ounces come in, 13 ounces come back out.
Right.
A little dehydration.
A little bit of dehydration. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I would love to have you come back on again and chat with us, because this was really interesting and a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
One quick plug.
Yes, please.
A couple of quick plugs.
Yeah,
Do
go
it.
for it. Camera's yours.
People that are interested in jury nullification, please go to our Facebook page, Jury Hero, or juryhero.com, or fija.org. We've got some great videos coming out, some instructionals, and looking for trying to give people other ways to do outreach in their own communities.
That's good.
And as well as Don't Comply, Patrick Smith over at Disenthrall is putting out a lot of amazing videos along with Don't Comply. We're all kind of part of the same community around here. So that's what's going on in Dallas, and a great way to see some of the guys that are really on the front lines trying to push the bounds and really open people's minds.
Good. I love it. I'm definitely going to check that out. I hope everyone else does too, because that whole jury nullification thing, when I get the call someday, I want to go in and
I've never been selected for a juror.
Well, and we're even coming out with some videos on how to play dumb and make sure that you can get selected.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say that.
Certain things you don't want to say.
Okay.
It's just they want to know that you're very malleable, and so playing a little dumb and close to the vest is the best way to do it if you want to. And as well as I think so, the website has some information, and I think most people dread jury duty. And I'm telling you, when I stand in front of the courthouse and I'm passing out flyers, the genuine look of fear in people's eyes as I'm about to hand them something.
Yes.
People are scared going into that building, even though they're being asked to come in there for civic duty. They're not even the ones going to trial. They're terrified to walk into the buildings. And so some of this information, if we can get it out to people, is going to give people confidence walking into the building. And also those people that are really not looking forward, that are looking for a way out of jury duty. This is going to give people some reasons to say, well, I've got something better to do with my day, but how often do I get a chance to keep somebody from getting locked in a cage?
Right.
And changing that mindset to where they're in there to actually exercise their power, not to just be a lemming for the judge and the courts,
Right.
Is a very powerful thing. And we're hoping that some of these informationals and videos that we have coming out are really going to encourage people to actually want to participate.
I like that. Yeah.
It's a way to fuck the system without getting in trouble.
Right.
I mean,
you got to find those little loopholes, you know?
That's our power.
Little nuggets of freedom.
Exactly.
They gave us a little bit of power. It's like, nobody knows about that.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. I know that there have been...
I want more.
There have been some links.
Yeah, people are throwing up
posted
the
in
links
the-
as you say them. So that's
in the
cool.
comments section here. So thank you again,
if
Shawn.
if you want to say them all again, any links, and then we'll go on from there.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
What was that?
Oh, yeah, just say your links again that you wanted to promote. Just one more time.
Juryhero.com, Fija.org, our Facebook page, Jury Hero, the Disenthrall YouTube channel.
Oh, that's a YouTube channel.
And,
okay.
Yes, Disenthrall, Patrick Smith, and Case and Bryden do an amazing job over there. Obviously, Kelby Casebolt over at Liberty Chain is doing some amazing work as well.
Okay.
Obviously, Don't Comply, we've plugged them, don'tcomply.com and their Facebook page.
I have a couple written down that Ben had asked too, and you had mentioned all of them. There was also Emancipated Human.
God! Oh, Luis, I'm sorry. Yes, Luis is over at the Emancipated Human. I'm an asshole.
No, you're not. I'm excited to check these out.
Forget somebody.
It happens. It happens. Thank you. Please come back and talk with us.
Thanks for having me.
This was awesome. Have a wonderful night.
You do the same. Y'all have fun. Appreciate everything that you guys are doing to pass the word of liberty.
And you too. Thank you, Shawn.
Yeah, spread the message.
Spread the message. Bye.
All right. Good night. Peace.